Hey, it's Neil. It's June 20th, and this is just a quick video on some changes to the logging from jobs. And so you can see that I'm recording a video, and that's on purpose. I want to start creating a new video so that I can use, it's this guy. He's going too fast. To show you how this works. So looking at this now, typically you'll see this jobs folder, and these are Cloud Run jobs, and then I use the Cloud Run API to pull the logs from that. The problem that I've been running into is that it's really slow to use that API. So what I've done is now you can pull the logs just from a file that's being written. And as the changes happen, this file gets updated once every 5 seconds, and then eventually you'll just have the logs there. So rather than having to go pull the logs are proactively pushed there. And the way this works is all the jobs run this prep job script before they begin, like so. And what I've done is modified this script with this little bit of goodness. Thanks to Gemini for helping me write this, although it did get a lot of things wrong that I had to go look up and correct. This uses a named pipe, a FIFO, to be able to have the main process, the job process, write to the named pipe, and then this background process read from the named pipe, and that's in somewhere in here. It's kind of complicated. Let's see, we make the FIFO, and then we read from the FIFO, we pull that in a background process, that's the ampersand, into a .log file, and then at the end we copy that up to Google Cloud Storage. The other fun thing that we do is every 5 seconds we update that file as long as the process ID still exists. And so you could see that in the Google Cloud Storage bucket. Now I've got for a particular job, so thumb-gif will have a log, and web-friendly will have a log. Now, this does mean that whereas previously jobs were identified via their ID, and so you had to go look up the ID and then find the latest runtime and then pull the log, that's no longer going to be the case. Right now I have both of these things running right now together. But what's going to happen is I'm just going to switch to the name-based jobs. And some jobs, because prep job, you can override the job name. We could put like a number in there if we need to have multiple versions of a log, but typically these jobs only have to run once. Web-friendly only has to run once. Thumb-gif only has to run once. And the interesting side effect that we found is if a job has completed, then its output resource or asset is there. So web-friendly outputs movie.mp4, and if movie.mp4 is not there, then web-friendly either crashed or has not completed yet. And the way that you would be able to detect that is to look at the log file itself, or maybe just wait a certain amount of time and then decide, okay, it's been too long, let's try that again. So what we can do then is, like say we're pulling this particular thing, we could say web-friendly.log, and it's just going to pull up the text file. And you need an API key to be able to access this, but you can also do this with fetch. And so then I'd be able to look in this log and say, hey, there's an error or something else, and perform whatever I need to. It does complicate the client a little bit because you have to look for multiple assets, but it simplifies the API and makes it much faster, and also allows me to scale out how I run jobs. Whereas previously I'm keeping track of this ID and I have to go look up that ID and so on. Now you can fire and forget jobs, and as long as the asset comes out and the log comes out, you know that job is executing. So the idea here is also that I'm going to use something other than Cloud Run to execute jobs. Cloud Run jobs are fantastic in that they were rather easy to get started. I wouldn't say they're easy, but the hardware that they run on is weak, and the startup time is just incredible. I think that I can get this down to something much quicker, very close to just upload time. So upload a file and it immediately executes the job, and the transcoder runs fast enough that if you're talking about a short video, you would have your video ready within a few seconds, rather than currently you wait up to a minute and it just feels like forever. So that's kind of the hope there. Just to recap, the thing that I, of course, that has to blow up partway through. The thing that I modified was the prep job script, and that now copies log files proactively so that you can access those through the API or from the cloud storage bucket. So that's that. Ciao.